Hey, you guys, happy Monday. Okay, so I wanted to come and go live really quickly. Let me make sure my volume is turned up. I was like, why can't I hear? And I realized I still had headphones on. This is going to be a super quick video. So you just saw where the title, or you can see where the title is, how much money can I actually make selling life insurance? So today is Monday. I'm getting ready to start dialing. A lot of people start at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It depends on your business, where you are in your business, who you're targeting, etc. I'm gonna put my name and phone number in the chat, but we are looking for business partners across the country. We're not just recruiting. Let me tell you what our terminology is. We're looking for strategic partners. And the reason I say that is because I get a lot of phone calls and texts all the time about I want to get my insurance license. I want to sell insurance. Can you help me take the class for free? And yes, you can do all those things, but I want to be honest with you about a couple of things. We're going to talk about how much money can you actually make selling life insurance. And so shout out to my son, Caleb Michael Price, if he's on here, because sometimes I know he hops on to support me by just looking. And so I just wanted to come and share those things quickly with you on today. But so look, we're looking for strategic partners. So if you have your license or had your license with Primerica, you had your license with Lincoln Heritage, you had your license with Senior Life, you previously had your life with your license hung with FFL, it doesn't matter, right? Whoever you were previously with and you were like, it didn't work for me, right? I encourage you, do it again. According to the scripture of Luke 5:4, it says, put out into deep water and let down your net for a catch. I encourage you to try again. Why? Because it could depend on you. It could depend on the team you're on. It could depend on so many different things as to why you didn't have great success. But you can have great success, right? You took the time to get your license. You worked hard to pass the test for your state. You paid to do your background check. You paid to do your fingerprint check. And now you're like, okay, I didn't do anything with it. Reactivate it. Now is a really great time to do that. And I'll tell you why. Because one, COVID numbers are on the rise. Now you may say, well, why is that a reason to get my life insurance license? Because during COVID, that was a really great time for real estate. It was a really great time for insurance. Why? Because people saw mortality. They saw their mortality. They saw people die. In the infamous words of Ted Wilson, he's with Lincoln Heritage, he said they had never died before, right? So I say that with all sincerity of heart. We saw people pass away and die from COVID that were healthy and were fine. And so what happens is it put our mortality rate in perspective. Why? Because you'll talk to a lot of people in insurance and they'll tell you it's not going to be them. They're not going to die. They're living perfectly healthy lives. No one knows how they're going to die. They don't know when they're going to get sick. They don't know any of those things. And so it presents an opportunity when tragedy happens. And your blessing, my blessing, is we get to serve those people before that happens, right? So you got to come into insurance with a servant's heart. You can't be about the money. You're going to make money. I know I say that and it's like a two-edged sword because today I'm talking about how much money can you make, but I'm saying that you can't go want to serve people just for the money. I'm just telling you how much money you can make. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you were licensed before or if you're not licensed now. Do you want to get your license? But before you call me, before you text me, I want to share with you the things that I'm looking for. You got to have great energy. Some people call me and they're like, yeah, I want to talk to you about getting my insurance license. If you don't have great energy, trust me, it's not going to work. You don't even have to call me, right? But if you have great energy, high energy, you're excited to learn. It doesn't matter to me if you didn't finish high school, didn't go to college, none of those things. But you said, I have drive and enthusiasm. You have a work ethic, call me. You have high enthusiasm, call me. You want to make great money, call me, right? But you have got to have money to start this business. I'm not going to lie. Like a lot of people will say, hey, come join my team, come start selling insurance. And they don't tell you the cost involved. Okay. And I've talked about this before, but today I'm talking about how much money can you make just selling insurance part-time, right? So I'm going to talk to you about my numbers for July and August. But let's say this, you got to have money. You got to have money for your class because guess what? The class is free and it gives you 14 days to take it. If you go over the 14 days, if you take the free class, if you go over the 14 days, you're going to have to pay $45 for an extension, right? They will give you one free 3-day extension. Then I have another certificate where you can take the class through License Coach. It gives you 60 days to take it. You don't want to take 60 days. You want to do it in 14 days, right? But it's $29. We'll give you 60 days to take the class. And then we have a certificate with Senior Life where it's $39. And I think you get 30 days to take the class and a free extension. So Free is not always better. So a lot of times when people reach out to me for the free course, I share with them, and I'm sharing with you before you call me or reach out to me, the free class will only give you 14 days. If you don't pass the exam in 14 days, you're going to have to pay $49 for an extension, and you could be halfway through the class, right? So sometimes it's better to go ahead and pay the $29 or the $39 so that you'll have 30 or 60 days to take it based on your learning style, okay? Then you're going to pay for your test. You got to pay for your fingerprints, your electronic fingerprints, and your background test. Background check. I cannot tell you what that costs for your state. I could tell you for North Carolina, it was roughly $120, $149. If you're going to sell term life insurance, you have to have insurance. You have to have errors and omissions insurance. It's called E&O. That's going to cost you $120 up front, and you're going to pay $26 a month. So you have some cost. So let's say you don't have $120 to buy the insurance to get it started up front. Focus on selling whole life and final expense. Then you don't need that, right? So I just want to share with you that there are some upfront costs to get to the bag, to get to the bands, to get to the money. And that's with any business. You cannot come into starting a business with no money. I'm just being honest. Like, too many people don't tell the truth, and they tell people you can come in here. Yes, you can get leads on consignment when you partner with a company, but I want to tell you what that looks like. Okay. So you can come in here and you can either buy leads weekly, buy leads daily, or you can get leads on consignment after you've proven that you can sell using your own money. Okay. So what do I mean by that? When you come on board, we're going to train you, and then we're going to say, okay, now it's time to go buy some leads, hop on the phone. You're going to have a sale, and then you're going to take that sale and you're going to invest in more leads. Why? Because you need products in a business, right? It's like when you walk into 7-Eleven and they have Slurpees, they have coffee, they have hot dogs, they have chips, they have lottery tickets, they have gasoline, bread, soda, you name it. Wine, all kinds of stuff, right? They have everything because they're a business, right? You go in Walmart, they have clothes, grocery, the bank, fingernails, banking, Claire's, some of them have pharmacies, eyeglasses. They have everything known to man because they are in the business of retail, right? You're in the business of financial services. So therefore, you've got to have products to sell. What are your products that you have to sell? There is whole life, IULs, fixed annuities, final expense, term life, accidental only. You have all these different 20 pay, whole pay. You have all these different whole life, all these different products and services that you have to sell, but you've got to be able to have people to sell them to. So therefore, your store are your leads. Right? So you cannot come into the insurance industry, not invest in leads. Now, you may go some places where you feel like, okay, they're just taking advantage in terms of buy leads, and then you buy them and they're not great leads, right? There, to me, people will say there's no such thing as a bad lead. I disagree. Sometimes it's a bad phone number. Sometimes the person filled out the information to get to another place online and they had to go fill that out to get there. So sometimes that does happen, right? But so I just say all that to say that that's why you got to partner with a team that has integrity, that has access to great leads. Now, does that mean that they're going to buy the first time? No. Might you get cursed out? Yes. Might you get hung up on? Yes. Might someone say I didn't request the information? Yes. But you have a great chance as long as you don't quit. Okay. So how much money can you make selling life insurance? I want to talk to you about that. So what is your goal? What my goal is not your goal, right? My goal is to build a huge organization across the country of dynamic powerhouse, Christian-oriented, believe in God writers that want to serve and want to have great success for them and their families. That's my goal, right? That is my mission, is to show people how they can make 6 to 7 figures in the insurance industry. Glory to God. That's my message, right? But how can you do that? You got to set a goal. How much does it take to run your household monthly? How much do you need to afford yourself? Right? Maybe you don't have a household. Maybe you're a young person, right? How much do you want to make, and why do you want to make that money? What's your goal? What are you working towards? Is it a car? Is it a home? Is it your own apartment? Is it savings? Like, is it investing in real estate? Like, what do you want the money to do for you? That's what we're doing. So when you have when we have a partner that comes on board with us and they're like, this is how much I want to make, we're going to show you how many people you need to talk to a day to make that, how many people you need to talk to a day to have the potential to make that money. What type of leads you need to focus on? What do those leads cost? right? And then how the leads on consignment work is after you've had some success, our upline will sponsor you with leads. Now, how leads on consignment work is they're not free, right? So that means that the payments it's like leads on layaway, right? So that's something that is afforded to people that come in that say, you know what, I don't have the money to invest up front, but I have the work ethic. I'm willing to put in the work. Can you consign the leads to me? You have 2 weeks to get those leads paid for. Okay, so let's say you order $300 in leads, you hit the phone, you got to make some phone calls in order to get some sales to pay that lead cost off, but you have 2 weeks to do it. You're getting training to show you how to do that, okay? So we are looking for partners across the country. I'm going to talk about my money of what I've made in July and August, and then I'm going to go hop off here and get on my own phone calls, right? So for the month of July and August, I want to talk about total production with Senior Life. This is for July and August because it makes my full 30 days, right? I started back over selling mid-July, and then the numbers go through last week, okay? So at Senior Life, I did in production, I sold 8 policies because I sell part-time, and I sold $4,527 in annualized premium. And then I did with Transamerica with FFL or Family First Life, because remember I said I'm a broker, right? I sold a Transamerica policy was $1,764.72. Now, I wrote 10 policies, 8 were approved, 2 people got declined, okay? And then I presented more than that. So I think I presented maybe 15. So I had 15 presentations. I sold 8. I wrote 10, okay? So at what 4527 with Senior Life was 4,527. I wrote 1,764.72 at Transamerica for a total production written of $6,291.72. So when I added up all my, plus I got residual income, residuals from month 10, 11, and 12 for policies I had written with American Amicable, and month 10, 11, and 12 policies I had written with Mutual of Omaha. So my residuals kicked in as well. So not only did I get paid for my annual premium, I also got paid. I got paid for my annual premium, which is paid in advance. I got my residuals, and I got my renewals. Okay. So I got $317.77 from Senior Life, $52.17 from Mutual of Omaha, $192.42. These are my deposits from Mutual of Omaha, $35.70 from Mutual of Omaha, $294.28 from not Family First Life, from Senior Life, $535.05 from Senior Life, $809 from Senior Life, $800 from Transamerica, $217.73 from Senior Life, $305.89 from Senior Life. And I still have another $800 that I haven't gotten yet because that person's payment doesn't come out until September. So total for July, August, for 4 weeks, I've earned deposited into my bank account, $3,560.01. I didn't sell every day. So let's say that I made $35,60.01, and I may have worked, let's just say 5 days. $35,60.01 divided by 5. I made $712 a day for the 5 days that I worked. I probably worked more days than that. Let's say 10 days. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so $356 a day. So how much do you need to make? And the reason I said I didn't work every day, I didn't work the whole day, but I worked about 10 days part-time. Okay, because that's about how much time I was putting in when I started back in July and August. August is my first full month. We have 2 weeks left in the month. I have some gangster goals for the end of the month that I set that I want to make for my family. I have a huge goal, right? And I'm not near that goal yet, but I have deposited $3,560.01. In 4 weeks, I've earned $356 a day. You can do that part-time. You don't have to come over here and work full time. You don't have to give up everything that you're doing to make money in life insurance. You can start part time and then build and grow it from there. And then I will tell you that with my insurance team, I'm not going to tell you what our secret sauce is, but I will tell you that the trends in life and health insurance where things are trending to is there's a different product beast on the market that people are focused on, that they're succeeding in, that is going to really double your income. It won't have you just focusing on a specific insurance type, but I'm teaching that to my team. That's going to be our USP, our unique selling proposition. Okay. So when you get in this business, you want to specialize, right? I tell everybody I specialize in final expense and whole life. I love it. I do not focus on term life products. I sell them, but I don't focus on them. Why? Because there's no residual income with term life products and there's no renewals, but you get residuals and renewals with final expense, whole life, and the other product that I'm not going to talk to you about unless you're on my team, because we're going to blow this thing up. So give me a call if you're interested, 910-494-7798. I'm Gerlinda Price. I own Fusion Insurance Group. I'm recruiting in all 50 states. So if you're ready to grow, let's go. I write with Family First Life. I'm recruiting. I wasn't going to recruit with Family First Life, but then I had a change of heart. And the reason why that is because even though I'm recruiting with Senior Life, and I love Senior Life as a company, I think they are incredible and they do an incredible job. Not everybody is going to want final expense, right? You're going to meet young people that want the $100,000 and $200,000 policies. You can't do that with a final expense product because the max that it goes is $30,000, right? So when you have a max on a product, then that means you'd have to turn a client away. Well, that was the whole purpose of me being a broker. I'm not turning the client away. That's like turning money down, right? Because we just talked about how much money can you make. So I'm recruiting for both companies in terms of building my team with Fusion Insurance Group. So if you come on board with me, you're going to have the blessed benefit of being with us at Family First Life and being with us at Senior Life. Come on. There's so many streams of income that you can make in life insurance. I'm not in the Medicare space. Many people are. You can come in and you can do open enrollment if you want to build your business that way. I just don't, I guess I don't see value in that. I think it's a great business if that's what your focus is, but I see value in final expense, whole life, and our other secret sauce ingredient. You're going to make some great money, and none of it involves recruiting, right? I haven't even talked about the money that you can make in overrides from your team if you choose to build a business, but it's not required. So if you've been with a company where it's a requirement to recruit and that's all they're pushing down your throat and you're like, how am I going to make money for myself and my family, right? Because you can recruit from just proof of concept. When you have success and you have sales, people are going to be like, hey, I want to make some money too. I want $356 a day. Because what can you do with that? Let's do that times $356 a day times 30 days. It's $10,680 a month. You can do that. Come on. $356 a day. That is roughly 1, 2, 3. It's about 4 policies a day, maybe 5 if you're writing lower price policies. You can do that. Come on, give me a call. 910-494-7798. God bless you. Talk to you soon.